This podcast is brought to you by www.twolinedmusichut.com. Hi, this is Muscle for Two Line Music Hut's Entertainment Report podcast. And today we have a street legend from Toronto in the building. I'm talking about this man has Kilo Wine. I'm talking about he used to put out the hottest mixtapes called Platinum Plus. We're talking about Rock the House, Rock Diggy Doggy D. What's going on, brother?
Yeah, Musclehead, man. You're far too kind, brother. Far too kind.
Yo, it's all good, my brother. So what's good there, bro? I haven't seen you for a minute. Decided to give you a call and say, yo, come to the podcast. Let's talk. You know what I mean?
Appreciate that too, man. Thanks for having me. And commend you on what you're doing, man. It's big. That's all, make it short and sweet. It's big.
Hey, we're working.
Futuristic, big.
Working. Because you're coming from the days of actually cassettes, CDs, mixtapes, DVDs, and those type of stuff there. So you've really seen the city build from ground up to where we are right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And you've helped a lot of it too. Let's go back to the beginning. What got you into the game of music and entertainment in the first place?
And when you say what got me in, what exactly you mean by that?
What got you intrigued? What got you started? What got you to say, you know what, I want to be a DJ? And then that opened the door for other things.
Funny enough, if you go on YouTube, I did a little documentary, a mini documentary where if you do want to look it up, Rock the House, Kilo in Trinidad and Tobago, and it'll pop up.
Okay.
And then on there, I actually explain what had happened to me as a kid.
Okay.
But I'll give you the quick version.
Yeah.
I used to live in Trinidad, grew up in Trinidad, and my mother took my brother, my sister, and myself to a Ron DMC concert. And this is real spit. This is a true story.
In Trinidad.
In Trinidad and Tobago.
Okay.
So it was at the Savannah. I forget the name of the stadium.
Yeah.
Huge, sold out. Half the country was there. And I remember being impressionable, being young.
Yeah.
And sitting there watching the crowd go crazy. Rest in peace to Jam Master Jay.
Yeah.
I remember when he took off his shoe, his Adidas back then, and he started scratching with his shoe on the turntable, and the crowd went crazy. And as a kid, being impressionable, I was like, I want to be a DJ.
Yeah. Just like that.
I swear to God. And then I remember, too, my father, he used to buy records. He had his turntables.
Of course.
And as a kid, too, he had belt-driven turntables. And I'll just, you know how many needles I broke?
Of course. Come on.
You know how many turntables of his? And, of course, I can't tell him that. So when it's broken, who break my thing? Nobody don't know, But I used to, and, we moved up to, from Trinidad, I went to New York for a while.
Okay.
Embracing that whole, from a Caribbean country, now I went to North America.
Yes.
And everything was so big. The streets was big. The lights was big. Guys in their big whips, big cars, the jewelry.
Yeah.
So now, being young and impressionable, seeing that, and then coming into Toronto now, is just, I remember I had a tape deck.
Yeah.
And I had I think I went to a store, bought a used turntable, and I used to mix cassettes with records because I only had one turntable. And I did that for years.
Yeah.
They cooking food. I'm in the bedroom on a Saturday because, schoolwork. Kids stay in school, by the way. So, I'm in the bedroom, in my bedroom. I shared a bedroom with my brother back then. And from morning till night, that's what I'm doing.
Of course, you love it.
And then I remember the little allowance I used to get. I'm running downtown. My family didn't even know that to play the record on Yonge Street. And big up Eugene. And then I'm buying 2 records because I didn't have money back then. 2 records just to mix the instrumental and to mix the instrumental with the cassette I'm playing. And again, I did that for years.
Do you remember around what year this was where all of this started? Let's say going down to play the record and buying the music and stuff like that.
Man, I know it was like early 1994. Yeah. 1993, 94, 95. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
So, again, I did that for years until, I got good. And then, in high school, people don't know this, I used to throw all ages parties.
Okay.
In high school.
Yeah.
And at the time I was going to school at in Markham, a school called, I went to Winston Churchill in Scarborough, and then my family bought a house in Markham and all of that. So I went to Milliken Mills and I started throwing parties from Milliken Mills. And back then, we used to draw up a flyer on a piece of paper, go to the photo machine, photocopy like 300 flyers, handwritten flyers. And I used to walk around the school and just hand that out.
Yeah.
And packed back then. Back then a party. And the funny thing is, anyway, the funny thing is, we will find, I'm glad you asked me this question. We will find abandoned houses. In the area, new development or abandoned houses, we will go in. I'll get speakers. We set it up, and then we used to throw parties for like $5 or whatever. It wasn't even about the money. It was just about the vibe. You know what I mean? And again, packed. You know what I'm saying? And back then I had all kind of DJ names too. I had Scratch. I had DJ Degree. I had all types of names. And then, of course, as I got older, me and my brother had a conversation, and I was going to change my name for the last time. And I was like, yo, man, I need to come up with a name, man. Me and starting from scratch, shout him out. Me and him had a little tiff because a couple times he used to see Scratch on a flyer, and then he called a number on there because I put my, you know what I mean, my beeper. Back then it was my beeper number. Yo, who is this taking my name? And since then, I don't know. We just have a weird relationship since then. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he likes me too much, to be honest, from since then. But big him up, shout him up. And yeah, man, again, I became that popular guy. From high school. I'll never forget this as long as I live. Because again, there's so much history, man. One of my biggest parties I ever did because everything is a transition. Everything is growth. So I started off one house party, two house parties. I was known as the guy that used to throw the parties.
House parties,
You know, I'm banging on the furnace, bam, bam, bam. So shout out to the King Tobos, to the Lindo P's, to the, Black Reaction. Back then it had, what's the hip hop song?
What's that there? Attitude?
There was Attitude Sound Crew, but even before.
Elite Squad?
Elite Squad. Me and them guys had a big tiff. You know what I mean? We got a little war that happened. Back in the day, shout them guys out. But, transition. Now my parties are getting bigger. People are talking. We're in high school. I rented out a place called, one of the first dudes to ever do it, to do an urban party, Mogul Banquet Hall.
Mogul. Where was Mogul again?
At Warden and Denison.
Yes. I know
the
exactly
Mogul
where you're talking
Banquet Hall. Even Ian Espinay. Me and him partnered up one time. And we threw a party over there.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So and we had Elite Squad and all those guys. And anyway, back to the story. My biggest party. I actually got robbed.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was real. Like, I guess dudes came in, they realized, oh shit, look at how much people.
This is what's good.
Yeah, man, they went, made some phone calls, and they stuck the place up. And you know what I'm saying? And it was history, had me bitter for a while. But my point is, that's how I got into the business. That's how I got into the business.
That's
of DJing.
Of
DJing.
And how did you actually choose your name, Rock the Host? How did you stick to that name right there?
Just like anything else, what's a name? If you're good at what you do, you could call yourself anything. At the end of the day. And I had a conversation. Shout out to my brother Sean, my brother, my blood brother too. And me and him was talking, and he was like, "Yo, bro, man, you need to come up with something that's gonna stick in people's heads, man. It don't matter. Like DJ blow off the roof, or DJ punch you in your face, or DJ rock the house, or some type of." And then I was like, yeah, I guess you're right, man. You know what? Rock the house.
And
then like from there, I just kept rock the house, and that was it since then.
From there,
that was it.
It's just, I guess, when you feel it, this is the name right here.
I'll be honest with you, it's going to sound crazy. I never said this ever before. I don't even like that name. Swear to God. It just sounds too, real talk, it sounds old school to me. Especially like in New York. A couple dudes in New York used to laugh at me like, yo, rock the house, nigga. Could I swear? I can swear, right? Or this is family friendly.
Nah, man, you can talk.
But like, rock the house. Like, rock the house, y'all. That sounds like 80s. But that was the name I decided, and I just stuck with it. You know what I mean? 'Cause I didn't really care at the time. And it was really kind of like a joke when it was like, yo, man, like, rock the house. And I was like, you know what? Rock the house. That's it. And that was it.
Just like that.
Just like that. And that's the truth.
That's crazy. And I mean, I understand where you would say Rock the House would seem funny because that's a longer name. It's not like DJ Joe, DJ Scratch, DJ nothing. It's 4 words. DJ rock the house.
Yeah.
That's a lot of words.
Yeah.
But you made it happen.
Made it happen.
Yeah, because I remember where I met you. I met you in New York on, I think it might have been Flatbush.
Real Talk?
Yeah, Real Talk 100.
That's where we met.
That's where we met.
I don't even, you see what I mean? And I remember a lot of stuff. I don't remember meeting you there.
Yeah, we met in New York on Flatbush. I was set up selling cassettes, and you came around with your cassettes too. This was before you even had your CDs.
Wow.
In Brooklyn, New York.
And when you say you had something set up, what do you mean? I swear to God, I don't remember.
Yeah,
this.
I had it was like a trolley. Some kind of trolley. It was some corner. I said, you know what? My aunt lives out here. I'm coming out here for a couple of weeks. We're going to hustle some American dollars and go back home. It was like a little push card trolley thing with some cassettes.
So you just went and just sat up, boom.
Right on that corner. We said, okay, this is where it's
Money was made?
Yeah, hey, of course. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, because there was some other guys selling music up the road. So I said, okay, if they're up the road, I'll come down a bit more.
You don't want to step on nobody's toes, you know?
Okay, we don't know anybody. And then you appeared. It's like, but I've heard the name from I was in Toronto.
Right.
Before I said, oh, this is you. But what I rated and I respected about your brand from the beginning, you always invested in yourself. Your cassettes look proper. Your CDs look proper.
Right.
Everything was always proper.
But I'll be honest, not my first one or two.
Yeah.
I'll give you a quick little story too. I remember, again, I'm practicing, and then I started mixing little songs together. And because I had that New York influence, that's why I knew DJ Clue and all those guys was doing it. So in that respect, I kind of was a little bit ahead of my time in Toronto.
For sure. Especially at that time there.
But shout out to the guys like Baby Blue Sound Crew because they were doing that thing huge. So I got to shout them up. I think they were before me. I was after them.
Yeah.
But in terms of me testing out the market, I'll never forget this too as long as I live. I remember I'll do a cassette. And I'll probably do 3 copies and just give it to a friend, And then I'm realizing they like it. They want more. So then I remember, and this is where Sanj, shout out to Sanj, came in.
Big him up.
I think I hit him up the first time and I was like, yo, I ain't have no money.
Yeah.
So I was like, yo, man, could I get 10 cassettes made? And of course, boom, just the cassettes. He gave it to me in a plastic case, no graphics, no nothing. And it was with a pen and a marker and I just write on it.
Yeah.
The first time I did 10 cassettes, I was in my father's living room. And this is when I got inserts. You had to fold the thing with the spine, whatever. And I was inserting it. My father was there watching TV, boom, boom. And then he sat there and he was like, yo, what you doing?
Yeah.
And I go, yo, don't worry.
Yeah.
I
got this.
Yeah, I'm doing this. I'm going to distribute and sell tapes.
Yeah.
And I'm not knocking him because, and he says, boy, what are you wasting your time for, boy? That's what's chopping and sitting. That's what you want to do with your life? He said that to me, right? And I remember not being crushed, but I was kind of like, damn, because I give away 3, they want more. Yeah. I give away another 2 because I'm recording it myself. Back then you could record on a double deck, boom. And that's how I was doing it. Just write up with a marker. And then, again, I did 10, and then 10 turned to 30, and then I'll take the money and dump it back into it. That's where the entrepreneurship, right? Boom. And then from 30 turned to 50, and then from 50 to 100. Yeah. And then the transition of cassettes to CDs.
Yes.
And thousands upon thousands upon thousands of copies later, man.
And that's where it really, so I guess you cut your teeth on cassettes. But when it came to the real game was when the CDs came in. That was the real game for
me. That was a real game for me. Yeah. Right.
That was a game changer.
And that's what I did, man.
Yeah.
And then there's more to the story that, we could get into, but yeah?
Of course, we're here.
Okay, watch this.
Yeah.
I felt like I told this story a couple of times. This story I've told a lot of times. So back then I used to DJ in the clubs.
Yeah.
So I'm DJing in the clubs. Promoters really wasn't paying that much.
Yeah.
They're paying $100, $150. Sometimes the party don't do good. They give you an excuse. Yo, the party, you ain't getting no
Catch
money
you next time.
And back then you had to tote records, crates of records. So it was work. And I just kind of fast forward. I started selling the CDs and started making money.
Yeah.
Like I'm making money every day selling these CDs. And then I was a barber too, a part-time.
Okay.
I'm not a barber by trade, but I know how to cut hair.
Yeah.
So and then for me, I'm in high school too. While I'm cutting hair, I'm really selling my CDs to the clients too. Like, yo, man, I got this mix. Or
this is a double dip.
Yeah. Or while we're in the barbershop, we're playing my mix. People like, yo, damn, this song's good. Yeah. Oh yeah, yo, Rock has this.
Yeah.
So I'm just making I call it beef patty money. Right. Just like I buy beef patties, go in the cafeteria, buy some food. I'm happy.
Yeah.
$20, I'm rich.
You're good.
So, speed up. I started taking the CDs, and I'll actually physically, I think I got a little car from my pops, big him up again, and I'll drive around to different places with 20 CDs in my thing, and I'll actually run up on people, hey man, what's up, what music you listen to, and sell. Yeah. And then I started going downtown Toronto. I was like, wait up, downtown is where the people are. And I started walking up and down Yonge Street, and then people started to know who I was. I'm walking through the malls. And people didn't know this back then, because this is 90s. Like, I'll make like $200, $250, sometimes $300. I bought my first car. Real talk. I'll never forget. CRX, Honda Civic 2-door red car.
Okay.
Off of selling CDs. I'm kind of young. Off of selling CDs. I didn't pay much for it, though.
Let me ask you something. I want to.
There's a reason why I'm telling you the story, but go ahead.
How much were you selling CDs for at that time there?
I got into the game where you wholesale a CD for like $10. And then some people would sell it for, when I got into the game, CDs quickly it decreased in price. It was 20.
Yep.
And then it dropped to 15. And then quickly it dropped to like 10.
Yeah.
So I was selling CDs for $10.
$10. And that was, you were to the public.
And some people will give me more. Some people give me 15. Some people give me 20 just because.
At this time. And this is mid-90s.
Yes.
All right?
Yes.
Continue. I just wanted to interject that. We're going to get back to that. I want you to finish the story.
Right. So now, I'm trying to give you the quick version. In going downtown and selling the CDs, and, you know, boom, 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 I had a gym bag. You know, a lot of people heard this story before in other interviews. Yeah. And I bumped into this dude from Detroit by the name of Charvet. Shout out to Charvet the Don.
Okay.
From Detroit. And, you know, we kind of linked, whatever. He liked my swag. That's why I approached him, whatever. Yeah. He took my number. I took his number. He took the CD. I think I gave it to him for free. Yeah. And he was like, he looked at it, the packaging, because I used to do the whole CD that it came from HMV back then, right? Whatever, you said to invest. The shit looked good. So in looking at the packaging, he was kind of blown away. He was like, yo, this is a mix CD.
Yeah.
And back then, I guess from Detroit, he never seen it like that. So he was like, what the hell? How you get the rights to ignorant Jay-Z and this and that and that? I'm like, yo, fam, that, you know, that's just how I do it. Long story short, this guy's a businessman too. And up to today, we still friends. Back then, this is over 20 years ago. Yeah. Nobody knows what Charvet does, what he really does. This guy lied to me so much, but it is what it is. Long story short, this guy was like, yo, my man, I could distribute this in Detroit for you.
Okay.
And he was like, hear what? Send me 1,000 CDs, and I'm going to distribute it in Michigan, around, you know, Flint, Detroit, and all these places.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, cool. How do I send it to you? And he gave me the account, FedEx account, and told me that he's a record executive, use his company account, send it, which was FedEx.
Okay.
And I was like, all right, cool. He gave me the account number, boom, 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 boom. And I did that for maybe like, I don't want to lie, maybe a year. Yeah. I'll send out the CDs to him. This guy will send me money in the mail, like an envelope with money in the mail. Real talk. Wow. Real talk.
Wow.
Like a package will come, I'll rip it open.
Money.
Physical money. Yeah. You know, which is kind of crazy when you look back at it, right? And we started doing that. Yeah. And then for me to expand, I started using his account because I asked him, yo, man, I got some guys in New York. I got some guys in Miami. Yo, can't you mind? He's like, yeah. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. He said, yo, make it happen. Yeah. I should call him right now. The first thing, if I call him right now, he'd be like, yo, Rock, man, it's your manager, man. I made you, man. That's how he talks. Yo, I made you, man. Yeah. But anyway, long story short, I was doing this for maybe, I don't want to lie to you, maybe 3 years.
Yeah. Okay.
I remember one time I sent a package to one of my homeboys in England. And then homeboy called me and said, yo, Rock, do you know whose account you have? Yeah. And I said, yeah. One of my homeboys in Detroit, he owns a company called Core Records, which is true, Core Records. And he gave me the account and told me it's his account and I could use it. Yeah. He was like, nah, homie, you got the account to Warner Brothers in Manhattan, New York.
What?
Because he said he looked behind the computer when he went to FedEx to get the thing, and he said he looked and he seen boom, boom. So he was like, how the hell did you get this? So now I'm scratching my head saying, what the hell is really going on?
I get this?
Yeah, what's really going on? I never told Charvet that I knew he lied to me.
Yeah.
So when that was confirmed, that was my green light. I started shipping all over the world on this account. And that I did, I don't want to lie to you, for maybe 7-8 years.
Wow.
That's why, actually I could say, man, because it's years later, people don't even understand what I was doing and the numbers I was doing and the money that was coming in back then.
Okay, let's talk about, we're not going to talk money. Let's talk about numbers.
Right.
What kind of numbers were you pressing up when it came to CDC?
I'm going to tell you this, and I don't really discuss this.
Yeah.
I was doing so many CDs out of that company in Markham, Duplium.
Yep, we remember
the
that.
RCMP.
Yeah.
Went there and was looking for me.
Yeah.
They were doing an investigation, and then they were like, who's the guy because I had a fake barcode and all of that. Yeah. And Duplium knew what was going on, and they just kept a blind eye. So now I show up to Duplium again for another order, and then not the CEO, the president of the company wanted to see me. They were like, hey, man, sorry, but this guy needs to speak to. I forget his name at the time. And I went in his office, and he said, sorry, sir, we respect you. You've been doing business with us for a long time. We could no longer do business with you.
Like, frig.
And then they explained, boom, 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 boom. So in terms of numbers, I really don't want to say.
Yeah, okay.
But it was a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
Real talk. You know what I'm saying?
No, we know this. I'm telling you, when they came
No, I don't think people know. No, for real. It was a lot, man. To the point where, again, nobody knows this, I had to hire people to assemble.
Yeah.
CDs, and we will work around the clock. It was like a movie. It
almost sounds like New Jack City.
It was like some real, trap drug house. Real talk.
Yeah.
I'm sleeping. When I wake up, the next man, boom, work. He puts in a shift, and then boom. I don't know if you ever met a guy named Big Miami.
Yeah, of course.
So you know Big Miami.
Of course.
All right, Big Miami. I met Big Miami hustling CDs out in Miami.
Yeah.
And Memorial Day weekend, he was there, whatever, met him. I hustled him, actually, him and his crew.
Yeah.
Pulled up in a rental, boom, boom. And hustled him the CDs. And he was like, yo, this is dope. He seen the package. And I said, yo, first time coming to Miami, I don't know nobody. Yo, maybe you show me around. Yeah. He gave me his number. And we got up, whatever, went to his place, whatever. I'm from Toronto. We talk. Memorial Day weekend, he's with me. I'm trying to give you the quick version. Yeah. And this guy seen me stand up there. I had a rental truck.
Okay.
Bumping my CDs right there on the strip, Ocean Ave.
Yeah.
And then there's Washington. And he seen me make about, and again, not to focus on the money. No. He seen that I was drinking alcohol, girls in bikinis taking pictures. They're buying the CDs. I'm having fun.
Yeah.
He seen me one day, I think when we went back to his place and we counted, it was like $3,700 US.
One day.
In one day.
In a city that you've never been to.
Never been.
Yeah.
And it fucked his head up.
Yeah.
And he said to me then, I don't even know him like that.
Yeah.
But energy, you meet people, you
time.
click. He was like, yo, fam, this is what I want to do with my life.
Yeah.
Just and like then that. I'm telling you. And then he said he just got a job like 3 days ago. Some, whatever kind of job. And I was like, yeah. I was like, all right, so let's take this on the road then.
Yeah.
Go in your job and quit.
Yeah.
He went in the next day, quit his job, came on the road with me.
Yeah.
We drove from Toronto to Atlanta, hitting every city in between.
CDs.
Selling CDs.
That's so crazy.
Selling CDs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was an experience. We did it. But it wasn't even about just that. It was about the contacts.
Yeah.
And,
creating as you go along.
The distribution channels for more CDs to come out, right? And again, man, I did this for years, bro.
Yeah.
For years.
Wow. Nobody would really know
a lot of people
what it really was.
Yeah.
Unless you were in the inner circle, you might know, but there's still levels.
Right.
You know what I mean? Unless you're in that CEO room with you,
right.
You really don't know what's going on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So not to talk in terms of, again, finances, but I was doing so well, that messed me up because I stopped DJing.
Yeah.
I was just making the CDs,
Yeah.
distributing the CDs.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. People were trying to book me. excuse me, and I'll lie and be like, no, I'm booked. And no, I ain't booked.
Because they can't pay you.
Thank you. Thank you.
You
so you
just
get
came off of $3,700 in one day in a place you've never been.
And again, I'm young and impressionable.
Yeah. What could you pay?
Right.
What could you actually pay me for me to say, bring these crates, all of this stuff, and do this right?
But again, it kind of messed me up because I went after the money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I love DJing. Yeah. At the end of the day, that interaction with the crowd and all of that. And I kind of put it down.
Yeah.
And I went after the
money. Well, again,
and
when you're
hustling, and the name, you know what I'm saying?
Was the CDs. So I guess at that
worldwide,
point, you were getting calls from all corners.
Yep, I had the toll-free number.
Yeah.
So I was getting, and then I went on the BET and all of that. And
yes,
then advertised.
I forgot about BET.
Advertised all of that, and people from all over. I had to hire somebody to call back the people.
Yeah.
Which stupid, I hired an ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
You know, it was crazy. It was crazy. Yeah.
That's crazy. Let's talk about that BET. I think you've been there like 3 times.
No, 9 times.
9 times?
Yeah, 9 times.
To BET?
Yeah.
And this was when Big Tigger was on.
Big Tigger. Then it was I forget the guy's name now, man. The other guy, tallish guy, and then there was another guy with dreads.
Yeah, AJ and Free?
No, that was on 106 and Park.
Yeah, you were always in.
They changed hosts. It was Big Tigger though. Yeah. Originally, he was Big Tigger, and then they got another guy, and then they got another guy. And I can't remember their name.
9 times.
9 times.
Holy smokes! What was that experience like going there the very first time? How did that even come about?
And again, you know, these questions is we're going back in history.
Yeah.
Even the first time me going on, it was me in a basement, guys rolling up the weed, talking. Because I don't know if you remember back then, you'll leave high school or whatever, or whatever you were doing to go home to watch Rap City.
100%.
Right? So that's just what it was.
100%.
And in doing that, chilling, whatever, I remember sitting there. I'm moving all these CDs all over New York. Yeah. All over New York and stuff like that. And saying to myself, you know what? I'm going to go in the basement.
Yeah.
And everybody laughed.
Yeah.
Yo, Rock, shut the fuck up, man. Whatever, man.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, watch.
Yeah.
And again, I'm giving you the quick version. It took maybe 2 years of me trying.
Okay.
Perseverance.
Yeah. 2
years of me going to, because I'm in New York all the time.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get a contact. I remember one time I was driving around in Manhattan just looking for. There's 1 and 6 and Park. Stupid me. Yeah. I thought the address was 1 and 6 and Park.
Yeah.
So I went, looked up 1 and 6, and there's a street park in Manhattan. And I remember going there. It was like 3 in the morning in New York, and pulled up. And I was like, yo, man, I'm looking for 1 and 6 and Park BT. And then this guy was like, nah, fam, yo, that shit is, the head office is in Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what? And, you know, that's when internet kind of, you know, whatever. And then I had to do my research, and then I got a number, and then I called, and then I remember I went to the office, they blew me off, and then I went back another time, they blew me off. And
so this is all strictly off of this cold calling. This was in you didn't have a contact, you didn't know anybody.
That was just
strictly
me
cold calling.
Putting it into you know, you put that energy out there, and me just working towards me trying to get on. You know, Big Tigger used to have a featured DJ all the time.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there like, yo, why can't I do that?
Exactly.
And I tried and tried and tried. I remember one time I got my cousin, shout out to Lorraine.
Yeah.
And she's a pretty girl, whatever. And I found out the address, and then I went there with her.
Yeah.
And which is good because she's a busy girl. And that day, you know, whatever, we went. And when I went to the office, they blew me off again. And I remember we were outside, and there were some cats walking out.
Yeah.
And that back then I'm friendly and I remember talking to a dude like, yo, man, you know, this is what I do. I gave them a CD. I'm Rock the House from Toronto. Word. You know how they move. And then I was like, yo, I'm trying to get on da. And then another cat happened to walk out the door. I'll never forget this too. A guy named Emo.
Yeah.
And they were like, word. And they were like, yo, that's the guy that does the booking, the talent booking.
Okay. And
yo, maybe you should talk to him.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, word. Okay, cool. Boom. And then I talked to him, boom. We chopped it up. I'm going to keep it real.
Yeah, 100.
We chopped it up.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, I'll even pay you. A lot of people don't know this the first time.
Yeah.
And stupid me, because, you know, you live and you learn. I should have never done that.
Yeah.
But hadn't I done that, I probably wouldn't have
got you.
But I started off with, let me
take care of it.
And I did. He loved it.
Yeah.
And I was
in.
That was my guy.
Crazy.
And in being there, you make other contacts and you get to know other people and, and that's really what it was. But it took like 2 years of me trying and trying and trying and trying and trying and trying.
9 times.
Yeah, after that.
So you did it a couple times per year then? Because it wasn't like once a year. It was a couple times per year.
It was like a couple times, yeah. I'll do it, because it's strategic. And I'll never forget, too. He bumped everybody. He was like, yo, just send me in your package, boom, boom. And then he called me back. Yo, what about, say if we were in January, he was like, yo, what about March 3rd?
Yeah.
And then I looked at the calendar, boom. I'm like, yeah, I don't care. And then, boom, I flew down there. And then we did it. And then anytime I wanted to go on, I called the dude. And I'll be like, yo, I'm trying to be on.
Yeah.
And then it was done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was done.
Yeah. That was crazy. And what was it like the first time when they said, okay, action, and the light turned on BET? Because remember, this is all pre-internet, or internet wasn't really a big thing. Social media wasn't a big thing at that time.
Yeah.
So if we wanted to see you on it, we had to go home and watch TV.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You're right. You're right.
We didn't go on YouTube and see it on the smartphone.
Yeah, you're
so
right.
what was it like those first times actually making it through?
Again, like anybody else, average person, you're nervous and you're on BET. So, I mean, I'll be lying to you if I told you, my butterflies and my hands is not wet and whatnot. But back then I was a little bit more personable and I was the wild rock the house. So I'm there popping my shit. Like, you already know I run shit in Toronto, even all of that. I made a lot of enemies because of BET. A lot of haters in my own city because of BET. Because I went there and I was talking my shit like I was supposed to.
But you weren't actually DJing those times in the club. It was off of the strength of the
CD.
Then,
at least you remember. At least you remember. So you get it. So you get it then. I'm not even in the clubs. I'm on BET saying I run Toronto and Canada. Yo, I run Canada. With the jewelry and, And people hated me, man. I got phone calls. I could air out so many people, but I got phone calls from promoters.
Yeah.
I got phone calls from the big DJs at the time. And dudes was salty, man.
Because how did you get here? Because to them, at that time, a lot of them, they felt like they were above the CD game. You know what I mean? And that's what you took, was the CD game, and created this energy.
I adapted an American attitude and an American approach. And it was a heavy hustle, man.
And this is I call it pre-Drake. The Drake era, because after Drake, everything completely opened up.
Yes.
So you were on BET pre-Drake. Right. I don't even think Drake got to eat BET this time yet.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Nobody even really heard of Drake like that.
And Toronto, what is this Toronto that you talk about? What's there? Is it Eskimos? Right. Is it cold there? They had no idea.
You're right. But when you see me, I look like one of them because back then I'm wearing the chains and the jewelry and, you know what I'm saying? Looking like I'm, I made it.
Yeah.
It's television, right? Entertainment. So, yeah, you're right, though.
Yeah. And I think you had actually opened up the door for some other DJs to get on BET after
Definitely. I'll even shout him out, too. I was with him last night. Shout out to Charlie Brown.
Of course, 100.
Charlie Brown, in my opinion, he actually took advantage and maximized full potential of him being on BET. Yeah. Because, in my opinion, he's like the top dog right now.
Yeah. When it comes to doing what he does, when it comes to touring and the concerts and stuff, Charlie B. Gotta big up Charlie B. Because I knew for sure that I did see Charlie B on BET, but I knew that was off of the Rock the House strength. But as you said, he took it and ran with it.
He took it and ran all the way with it to where he is right now. So, I like that. I think, and I'm not even ashamed to say it, I think he maximized it more than I did, to be honest.
You were happy to be there. You know what I mean? Remember, you were the first there, so you're not looking at, okay, what can I do after this? I'm happy to be on TV, bro. I'm on an American station.
You
know what that is?
Yeah.
And we're set. I think we had just got BET just probably a couple years before that. So BET was fresh in Toronto.
Right.
So for you to be on there, that was big.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Right. Wow. And I guess at that time there, too, a lot of people don't know that you got into the DVD magazine game.
Right, Ambush TV.
Of course. So was this around the same time before or a little later?
Again, because I was on BET so much, or so many times, that's when I actually got the contacts.
Yeah.
And them seeing me in the building, in the BET building, you see everybody because it's 4 or 5 shows booked in one day.
I got you.
So I'm coming in, you see Puffy and the band. Back then, they're walking in the building when I'm leaving, and then the Rock House back then. I'm personable. Hey, yo, what up? What up? I look like one of them. You
so they figured they're going to deal with you just like
they. You know, behind the scenes, it's an industry, and the industry is not as big as people really think it is.
Exactly.
And an executive actually told me that the industry is actually really small, and when they started seeing my face over and over, they wouldn't even call me Rock. They used to call me Canada.
Yeah, of course.
Hey, yo, what up, Canada? Yo, what up, Canada? Real talk.
Yeah,
they
because
used to call
Canada
me.
We didn't reach anywhere yet.
They used to call me Canada. Yo, what up, Canada?
Yeah.
And back then too, I had the Rock the House chain.
Of course.
And that's how people used to recognize me. So I'm in Miami. Yo, what up, Canada? Oh yeah, yo, that's my people. They thought they knew me.
Yeah.
So again, in having all the contacts, that's when the whole DVD game started with the Smack DVDs and the All Access DVDs, and then
the Come Up
and all of that.
And those guys.
Again, big up Fendi and those guys. Even French Montana,
of course, Cocaine City.
He actually started off with, the DVD game, which really worked for him because look where he is today, hit records and whatnot. And I adapted that American mindset. There was other guys in Toronto doing it, but not on the level that I took it.
Yeah.
And that's just me being real and honest because I was amongst the big stars.
Because you were connected.
I was connected. So, I started my thing, me and a team of guys, the Drews, what is it, Cannon Boys.
Yeah.
We started this thing called Ambush TV. And what I'll do is I'll go to BET Awards.
Yeah.
I'll get passes through my contacts, whatever. And, they'll give me one pass.
Yeah.
And I'll fly out my guys and then take it, give it to the next guy. Yeah, he walks in, take it to some ghetto shit. Take it to the next guy. He walks in, take it to the.
So it's 5 of us on one pass.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And people knew, but they kind of just give us a blight.
It's Canada.
Right. I remember one time. This is a good story.
Yeah.
One time we pulled up by the gate.
Okay.
And this is a gate with guys with machine guns and whatnot. And we pulled
at
up
the BET Awards.
At the BET Award.
Yeah.
And it was me and Big Miami. And we were running late. So I was like, yo, you know what? Let's go there. And he was like, nah, man, that's where the artists go through. Yeah. I go, yo, don't worry. Watch this.
Yeah.
I'll never forget this. I had the Rock the House chain.
Yeah.
I had the Rock the House chain. And we pulled up by the gate. The security did this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let them guys in. Yeah. And we talked about it after. Yeah. He just looked, and because, again, it had to be the chain, he was like,
clearly you're somebody.
Those guys are artists. Let them in. Yeah. And it took, I swear to God, maybe a quick minute. As soon as we pulled up, boom, the guy looked. We drove in, and Big Mommy said, I can't believe this shit. And that was the type of shit I was doing. And then guys are in their trailers. We're by the trailers. I'm meeting Lil Wayne, Kanye West, Jay-Z, 50 Cent, Rick Ross when he just bust, Soulja Boy when he just bust. Everybody, the Dipset, Cameron, Jim Jones when they were hot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm interacting with all these guys.
This
Not
is
only
crazy.
that, the after parties. Yo, yo, come through. Yo, don't worry, man. You talk to the management because sometimes they're busy. Yo, I can't give you an interview right now, but guess what? We're going to be at this club tonight. Come through. I got you.
Yeah.
And that's just the game. You know what I'm saying? We go to the party. 9
Socialize
times out of 10, socialize. You get the interview.
Yeah.
Because they're in the business of marketing themselves. They want any outlet.
Yeah.
And I'm from Canada.
Of course.
It's another pocket.
What?
It worked.
Yeah.
It really worked. And that's that story.
Who were some of for Ambush, who were some of the actual artists you could remember that you guys interviewed for Ambush?
Again, all the names I just called.
All of those names.
I never interviewed Kanye West. I met him, but we didn't interview him.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, almost everybody that was hot, man.
Yeah.
On some form. I've interviews that never even released because I was going to release it on the next volume and I just we stopped at one point in time. But everybody that was hot that year, I interviewed them.
Did you actually get
everybody?
Did you get to Hove?
I never met Jay-Z.
Never got to Jay.
No, I never.
Yeah,
no.
That was one of the few, but everybody else was in
Funny
the
enough,
mix.
I never even seen him at the BET Awards, personally.
Yeah.
Never seen him there.
Yeah.
But anybody that was, again, nominated and that was hot, everybody we interviewed.
The Dipsets,
All of them. Yeah.
That's crazy. And again, this is just off of you being you and going for it.
True.
You know what I mean? You said, you know what, this is what I want. I'm going to go for it. And this is all that unfolded. So at that time, I guess there was, as you said, it was you, Cocaine City, the Come Up with Fendi. I think at that time, Fendi had Nicki Minaj at that time.
Yeah, he started with Nicki Minaj, yeah.
And those were some of the Smack. I know you and Smack were very good at that time also.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it was, those times were some amazing times.
Yeah. I had probably my most fun around those days.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm young, traveling, meeting, hotels, plane rides in the airport, interacting, girls, the parties, drunk. It was a party. It was really a party and work at the same time, but it was more fun.
Yeah.
You know, back then.
What was one of your most memorable moments from back then that you could say, you know what, this story I'm going to remember for the rest of my life?
I got so many stories, brother, man.
We got time, you know. Unless you have to be somewhere, the audience has time. We're here.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many, man, and so many different realms. There's groupies, and then there's girls, and then there's violence, and then there's being scared, and then there's...
That's what I was going to ask you.
There's so many.
Scared one, a one where you said, okay, you know what, this situation is getting real very quickly. You know what I mean?
I mean, there's so many stories, but being on the road, and especially when you don't have a bunch of people with you, and then you're wearing jewelry and all of that. Like, I've almost been robbed a couple of times.
Of course.
You actually see the walls closing in on you. And then if you're not smart, you have to have a little bit of street sense. If you're not smart and you don't know how to maneuver and get out of there, maybe the piranhas would have eaten. But I've been in that situation so many times, man. A lot of times where you physically see dudes plotting.
You see the play.
You see the play. Yeah. I'm a professional play seer, I guess. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's so many different stories. I remember one time we interviewed Webby and Boozy.
Yeah.
Boozy and Webby on their bus, too, their tour bus.
Yeah.
And it was an awkward... Even then, we're on the bus. I wasn't scared, but I was concerned.
Yeah, it was kind of funny.
It was weird. His entourage was there. They're smoking mad weed.
Yeah.
Webby's a kind of weird kind of guy, but that's just who he is personally. And it's just, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, yo, we have to cut this interview short. Let's get out of here, man, because it just looked like the interview started, you know what I mean? Like, who are these guys from Canada? You're trying to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But there's so many stories, man, to be honest. Too many stories, bro. I'm in L.A. wearing red in the wrong neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and girls trying to line you up, trying to come to your hotel so then there are people, all types of stories, bro.
The industry, boss.
Yeah, all types, man. All types. But I'm here, I had fun.
Yeah.
And we still here, man.
Yeah, of course. So then you went, when did you make the transition from the DJ to the artist?
Not to cut you off, I had to say this too, because again, look at Drizzy Drake. Shout out to OVU and all those guys. Even on Ambush, I interviewed Drake before he signed his deal.
Okay.
You know, that's one of the guys I'm actually proud that, wow, you know, before he made it big.
You've seen it.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I didn't even really know who he was back then.
Okay.
But through the grapevine, people say, yo, there's this kid. Yo, he's doing his thing. Yo, he's rolling around with Wayne and those guys. But back then, he was rolling around with Wayne for like a year or two. Okay. And he was not officially signed to them.
Okay.
That's when we did the interview where he did that song with Trey Songz. We did it on the Call Girl or Something Girl. Or
yes, Something Girl. I know what you're talking about. That was one of his... That was the one that really made a lot of people pay attention.
That's right. In my opinion, you know what I'm saying? But I had to say that. And when did I make the transition to?
From the DJ to the CD DJ to the artist to start putting out music. When you said, okay, you know what, I could probably go in the booth and feel this out and do this.
Like anything else, growth, transitioning, and the real truth behind that story is I had a couple artists myself.
Yeah.
And I could call names, you know, producers. I had a bunch of producers under.
That I do.
I never really wanted to be that. Although, you know, Rock the House, I'm that DJ guy. And maybe I might going to sound like, Rock, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
But I don't consider myself that rapper / artist guy. I'm a creative guy.
I got you.
So in me trying to manage a couple artists, it never worked out.
Yeah.
Meaning, this one is on the run.
Yeah.
This one goes to jail. This one have baby mama problems. This one... I got to babysit him and pull him to the studio, and I'm taking my time, my effort, my money, studio time, late nights.
Yeah.
And I did that for years.
We know.
One thing I'm proud of is there's a couple guys that I actually worked with that's doing big things right now. The latest, Division.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know if you've heard of Division.
Of course, with 85 and
so
what's his name?
Paul
Of
and
course.
Daniel Daly. Yeah. I worked with those guys.
Okay.
And again, I'm not trying to be here to, I'm just telling you, I'm proud too.
Yeah.
The fact that I worked with them before they are where they are.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I was trying to sign them at one point in time, and that didn't work out. I went to the lawyer.
Yeah.
Our contracts didn't work out.
Yeah.
And then 5 years later, 6 years later, boom, Drizzy Drake signed them.
Yeah.
They're worldwide now. They're doing their thing. It's a good look. You know what I'm saying? But because it never worked, I just said, you know what? I'm going to show guys that this is not that hard.
Yeah.
I'm a creative dude.
Yeah.
For me to be in the studio, I could write a rhythm. I'm on pattern.
Yeah.
It take me a month and a half to write one song.
Yeah.
Real talk. People don't know that, but it's real. Yeah. Because to me, I'm not on it like that. I do 4 lines, forget about it. 4 lines, Boss, I can show you my phone. I got like 10 songs. Yeah. Piece written. Piece. Real talk. I got songs. You know what I'm saying? So I do it for fun. I do it for marketability. I do it because I can.
Yeah.
And just to show people that, bro, this is not that hard. Yeah. Watch. And I'm not bragging. Everything that I have done, if you look at the levels and the quality and the visuals, and it's always A1.
I 100%.
And I pride myself in that. Like, it looks like I spend a lot of money on my visuals, and like you said, I invest in myself and my brand.
Definitely.
And that really what it was. Because nothing ever worked for me,
I
I just put myself in front of the camera.
Yeah.
And that's really, and I still do it.
Yeah, go in the booth and say, okay, let's
boom,
do
boom,
it.
Boom, 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 get it mixed, mastered. And I swear to God, I'm bored. Let's shoot a video.
Yeah, just like that.
I've never gotten a music check in my life. I have mad songs I never even registered.
Yeah.
Which is bad. I never even registered with ASCAP and SoulCan, and I do it more for fun.
Yeah, because you can. It's like, let me try and see what happens. And again, because you were exposed to the industry from so young and amongst certain A-list artists, you figured, hey, you know what? I think I could do this too.
Definitely.
This seems like something I could do.
Definitely. Not something I can do.
Yeah.
That I do, and I do it well too.
Yeah.
Anything I put myself on my mind to, again, I'm not bragging, but it is what it is. I do it. That's,
Do you remember
easy.
what was your some of your first songs that you recorded?
Again, when I used to do the CDs, I'll always do like a quick little 16 bar, and I'll cut splice and put it in and make it like sound like a remix. So I used to do that. Shout out to Nabob, because Nabob was my engineer back then. Shout out to Nabob, that was my engineer. You know what I'm saying? And then I transitioned into shout out to Sonny Diamond.
Son, bro.
Yep.
For sure.
Shout out, look what he's doing his big things right now too.
Another one that's basically in that OVO camp.
Yeah. He's doing his thing. Rock. And again, like, it's real. He started off in his basement, his mom's basement in Malvern.
I remember this. Okay. I went to Sonny to make him mix some things for me.
So again, a lot of people don't know the history.
Yeah.
So I was fooling around back then, and then one of the first songs I think I did was where I shot a video and all of that was maybe Day and Night. What's the name of that artist?
Oh man, I can't remember. You're putting me on the spot now.
All right, but that dude, I can't remember his name
either. He had
either.
that futuristic sound at that time.
Big song, hit. I know Kanye West signed him.
Yeah.
I think I took his beat.
Yeah.
And I did like a quick little whatever, and shot a video for it.
Okay.
It's online too. You could go, you could pull it up.
Okay.
And that's when I had guns in the video and whips and all this stupid shit. Because that was smack era. I was thinking like an American. This is what people want to see. Back in the day too, I have to say this, I did a other DVD. I don't know if you remember.
Which one was that?
I did a DVD called How We Livin'.
Was that one where
We Livin'?
Where 50 and
no, it was a video where it's me in Miami at the BET Awards, and we're at the shooting range, and
this was
girls
a DVD?
in the cars. It was a DVD. I think I did volume 1, volume 2 before I did Ambush. How We Livin'. You had it.
Yeah.
You sold it.
It's in my archive somewhere.
It's in your archive. How We Livin', volume 1. And I think on the cover it's Vivica A. Fox and 50
Yes,
Cent
that's the one.
or something.
And
red
it's
and
like,
yellowy.
and it's a CD that comes in that
And
package.
it was a CD that I did that came a double package.
Yes.
Again, an American standpoint, right? So what's the next question? Sorry, I forget what you're asking me.
What was the song that really kicked off for you? And you're telling me, I think it was Kid Cudi you're talking about.
Kid Cudi, that's the name of the artist. You're right, Kid Cudi.
And then you shot the video for it.
Shot the video. You can find it on YouTube. I can't remember what I called it, but after that, the next video I did was called Anything You Want, I Could Get It For You.
Yes, that was
anything
that
you
was
need, I could get it for you.
In the city, because again, there was no real Toronto. There was, listen, we're not going to sit here and discredit like Cardinal and all of these guys.
Never. Cardinal
but those guys were radio guys, But there was nobody bubbling in the streets.
Real talk?
Totally different story. Because those guys, Cardi and those guys, they were in this, they weren't street. You know what I mean? The only song that Cardi had that was really street was the Bacardi Slang. And that wasn't 100% street, but that got the streets behind him in a sense.
Right, okay.
Yeah. But when it came to that, you had that song there. There was, that was when the Toronto thing started to really bubble up.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I remember those times right there.
Right.
And you shot a video for that one too.
I shot a video for that one too. A lot of people don't know this, but even that, I took the beat from a Cameron record.
Yeah.
Cameron from Dipset.
Yeah.
Looped it.
Yeah.
Did a song over it, shot a video, and got it played on Much Music.
What?
Yeah. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
And, and people, yo, man, I love the beat. Da, da, da.
Yeah.
And I laugh because, whoa, people don't know.
Yeah.
No clearance, no nothing. Yeah. And I'm shocked people didn't even catch on to that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can't remember the name of the song, but that's what I did. Took the beat, looped it.
Yeah.
Cut, boom. And I just rapped over it, shot a video,
Yeah.
boom. Presented it to Much Music,
Yeah.
boom, they started playing it. And
this
it's
was
funny to me.
Crazy.
Yeah. I was getting medium rotation.
Yeah.
So I'm home sitting down watching this on TV, like saying,
Laughing
wow,
to yourself.
laughing. And I'm doing it for fun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was fun too.
The industry's been good to you.
Yeah.
Or you had some great moments out of the industry.
You know what I'll say? I'll say this.
Yeah.
And again, on a spiritual level, I'm a blessed individual because I've never worked a 9-to-5 in my life.
Yeah.
So I'm doing all of this and finding myself and being creative, and that in itself is, man.
Especially from a Canadian standpoint, because it's not like you're American. We get it. When you're there, you could get away with never working and those kind of stuff there.
Right.
But here is built more for you go to work in the morning, you leave at night, and everything is good to go. For you to say you've never worked a day in your life.
I didn't say I never worked a day in my life. I've never worked for anybody.
Yeah.
That's
my
life.
I mean.
Yeah. My mom had a little restaurant / catering service, and I used to help her out. But I mean, that's my mother. And it's not like, but I've never worked for anybody in my life.
That's crazy.
And
that's
I'm pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
So that in itself, again, it's a blessing, man. So I guess. Been amazing, man.
Yeah,
and we still here, we still dibbling and dabbling and
Yeah.
still trying to figure out, where we gonna go next.
It's your personality your personality has always been bigger than the city you've been in. And that's what you've been when you walked into the mall sometimes, you could tell you're almost pulling up because the whole vibe just changed right away. As soon as you walk through those doors, it's a different thing.
Be honest with you, man. I appreciate you telling me that though, but I'll be honest. You know how many people told me that? Mm-hmm. And I didn't know how to take that. They're like, yo, man, it's something about you.
Yeah,
it's just your energy is weird. Like, I get weird around you. And, so there's a certain presence, I guess, right? And again, it's blessed, man. Like, this is God, bro, And, I mean, I'm not the most positive person in the world, but I try to be a positive dude and a positive influence, you know what I'm saying?
Of course.
So, again, man, I adapted this American. I get it.
Yeah.
And I got it a long time ago.
Yeah.
What you do. And, dog, this is entertainment, man. This is
a show.
You got to move a certain way. You got to talk a certain way. You got to look a certain way. It's kind of like this. I'll break it down in simple terms. Back then in the hustle.
Yeah.
Would you buy a CD off of a person looking like a bum?
Nah.
Because what could you say to me? What? I'm not interested. To keep it plain and be honest, yo, bro, I look at you, boom, boom. I'm not interested in what you have to say. But now you see a dude that looks the part, that pulled up in his whip. And that's just what this industry is, man. You know, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Yeah. You know?
Because I remember your car. You had a red car those times. It was the Acura?
I had at one point in time, I had all red cars. I had the CRX. Then I had a Red Legend.
The Legend. That was that car there?
I had a Prelude. No, I had a red CRX. Then I had a red Prelude. Then I had the Red Legend.
The Legend was the legendary car.
That was a legendary car back then. You know, two-door Legend, tinted windows with chrome rims.
No way.
Yeah.
Nobody's driving anything like that. At all.
Yeah, back then.
That was a legendary car.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially on the wave. So you understood the wave from back then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why I respected you from then. I said, you know what? Especially you being in the city, you get it because you're around these people and understanding what's going on. You're in the mix.
Right.
You're rock the house.
Right.
You got to the wine. You got to all type of stuff. Even that. How do you come up with your own wine, Kilo?
And that's a good question too.
Yeah.
Again, because of my mindset and how I think, I admire and I look up to guys like the P. Diddy's. I look up to the Russell Simmons and the Jay-Z's, and I look and I see what they're doing. I read their bios and the Leor Cohens and you know what I mean? These guys are men just like me and you.
Yeah, of course.
So my thing is, man, if they could do it, I could do it. Mm-hmm. What I think I lack is sometimes I don't prepare myself in terms of research, development, and then I think of something, I go do it.
Yeah, we'll figure it out along the way.
I figure it out along, and then sometimes I lose, and I say, oh, man, at least I tried it. Yeah, at least I tried it. You know what I'm saying? But that whole wine thing, I always wanted my drink, and I've been thinking about that for 5, 6, 7 years.
Yeah.
And, you know, you find the resources, you find the winery, you find you know what I mean? And you make it happen. And, you know, getting the labeling, getting the bottling, getting the winery, why not?
Yeah.
Invest a little bit of money, just like the CD game. Yeah. I started off with 10 cases. Yeah. Then I went to 30 cases. Then I went to 50 cases. Yeah. And unfortunately, I tried to take that game to a whole nother level. Simple terms, that's a big boy game.
Of course,
it took me getting into it to realize, oh man, what did I do?
Yeah.
Because when you have your own liquor and people don't understand, when you walk into LCBO, it's real estate. Yeah. All those bottles and all those brands are paying, even where they're placed and everything. And you need backative. You need financial backative. Oh, yep. I'm independent. I'm by myself. So I had fun, and I still have it,
of course.
But I kind of fell back a little bit. You know what I mean?
But it was it wasn't just the liquor. It was a whole wave. Because you had music, clothes, everything. It was a Kilo wave when it came out.
Right.
So then it wasn't just the liquor. It was a lifestyle you were selling.
So now, again, I'm glad you're touching on all these things. That means you pay attention for real. Kilo was a song that I did.
Of course.
And I did a song, Kilo, not being the rapper guy, but I did a song, Kilo. And I started off with trying to advertise the song by putting Kilo on a couple T-shirts.
Yeah.
And then when I did that, I'm downtown. Yo, fam, let me get one of those. Yo, Rock, let me get one of those. Yeah. So I'm just like, I just did it for myself, real talk. And I'm like, whoa. Yeah. All right, so I pressed up like 20 T-shirts already. Yeah. Yo, people, and then the design with the maple leaf on top of it, people took a liking to it. So then I was like, yo, maybe I could try selling this. And then I did 100 sweaters, distributed, sold. Then I did another 150, sold. Yeah. And then I'm like, yo, maybe I'm onto something. Yeah. I went and I licensed it. I went and I patented it. I got a lawyer, patented it. Because in my mind, damn, I'm going to start my own clothing line.
Yeah.
And then again, finding out to do that and do it right.
Big boy game.
It's to do it, you can do it. And everybody says, yo, I have a clothing line. You don't have a clothing line, bro. Yeah. You have a clothes that you have a brand. You have a brand. Yeah. And I respect it. Yeah. You don't have a clothing line.
Totally different ball game.
It's a totally different ball game. Yeah. That's when you go to Bangladesh and Japan and China and you're trying to get your price point and the tag in. And so even that, still have it. Yeah. I kind of fell back a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Because again, it was something where you just accidentally, as you said, you were just wearing the shirt to promote the liquor.
Right.
And it just seemed to catch on. So you said, Let me see where this goes.
I started distributing in a couple of stores in the malls and, Ajax, Pickering, a couple, spots. And then I'm downtown, Rockwell, downtown 100 Bond Street. And that's what I started doing. And then, driving around and they call you, they need more, and then dropping it off, and then hats. And then I got into sweaters, T-shirts. And then I kind of just got tired of it, making small. So I was like, I fell back a little bit.
That was
Summer is coming up. Yeah. I'm going to start back again.
Yeah. But you have it, as you said, it's patented, lawyered up and all that stuff.
Definitely.
There. So it's whenever you decide to put it back out, then we're good to go.
Definitely.
What I wanted to ask you, somebody like you'll be in the right position to answer something like this. When you entered the Canadian market, back then compared to right now, what's the real difference you see when it comes to artistry and music coming out of the Toronto scene right now?
The difference is it's not a Toronto thing, it's a worldly thing. And when I say that is the music is, you could compete now with the big boys.
Yeah.
Back then, you heard something that was local.
Yeah.
And you could automatically tell,
100%.
Oh man. and it's sad, but back then people would diss you. Oh man, that's local, I don't want it. I'll never forget. Don't forget, we had the CDs and distribution, and then I had my store selling CDs, and people wouldn't really support.
Yeah.
Like, yo, that's local. Yo, it sounds, which is negative. Yeah. Now, I don't know if it's, we have guys like Boy Wonder, and we have, the 1985s, and we have all these guys, and the music sounds amazing. And you could still hear the local twangs, the accent, but the music sounds worldly on a world stage now.
It's on par. You can't tell apart because one time, sonically, you could tell on the radio if they're going to play a Canadian hip-hop song opposed to American. Sonically, right away, as they mix, you know that it doesn't have that feel, that energy, that sound.
Definitely.
But
mixing and mastering was not done properly. Now we have some young cats that, I don't know if they went to school or they learned their gear, and they could compete with the top of the top.
It's crazy.
And that's the difference right there. The quality stepped up.
Yeah.
The knowledge, the quality, and people, they're eating it up. Last night we were in the club at the after party, DJ Khaled after party, and we had this conversation in the club. The DJ, this never happened before, was playing Toronto songs back to back to back to back to back, and people was bumping to it. And me and my dudes was like, yo, this is different.
Complete night.
Shout out to the guys like Drizzy Drake and them, The Weeknd and all those guys. They made it cool. And I'll tell you this, because I'm listening. I'm back out a little bit. A lot of stuff is coming, man, and a lot of guys are getting deals now. There's this young cat, the Pressers, and
you took the name right out of my mouth.
Other American big artists, they're paying attention. They're teaming up and they're co-signing, and so there's going to be a lot of cats, a lot more cats that's going to be coming out. Shout out to Tory Lanez. He's out there doing his thing in the world. And man, comparing it, now it's accepted
100%.
fully. And I don't blame it because it sounds better now, sonically, according to you. You know what I'm saying?
You could tell, Red, even the videos, everything is on par.
On par,
The only way you could tell the difference between Canadians and the Americans is if you listen to the words. You know what I mean? As you said, 1 and 2 Toronto slang is in there, so okay, that's Toronto. But how it sounds, feels, look, you can't tell the difference.
You can't tell the difference now.
It's between the producers, the video directors, the everything. And I mean, right now, there's a guy that does a lot of Tory Lanez stuff as a video director, Zach Fax.
Okay, I heard about him.
Hot.
Zach Fax.
His style of putting it together, hot. You know what I mean? I'll even give you a story. I remember with Toronto rappers.
The guy that does Tory Lanez, what's his name again?
Zach Fax.
Okay.
You know what I mean? He's crazy. Give you a story. Toronto rappers. I know those guys good. Remember, they came
Shout
up to me.
Shout out to 40. That's my brother.
Come on, bro. You know that, bro.
Yeah.
He came up to me right when they started Toronto rappers and said, yo, Mus, I got this going on. And I can't lie. I got to say this right here. He came to me and said, yo, I got Toronto rappers. I said, yo, bro.
I know what you're going to say before you say it, but go ahead. Yo, bro, you sure that's what you want to do?
It's like
you want to put your energy into you, bro? Yo, I said it. I've done it numerous times. But all right, go ahead. Let me hear you.
I said 40. I said, bro, you're sure? Because Toronto, you're boxing yourself in. Because remember, it was nowhere close to where it was now.
Right, nowhere close.
He said, nah, man, this is what I want to do. So I said, okay, you know what? Go ahead. But at that time, I wasn't sold. I can't act like, I was sold from back then. I knew everything from back then.
You didn't see. Yeah. You didn't see what's going on right now.
No.
All right, that's big of you.
I couldn't foresee it.
Right.
Till now, them being the premium website where you're going to go for anything Toronto, amazing. Right. That takes insight to see from back then, you know.
Yeah. Funny enough, you're saying it, like, I guess you're right.
Yeah,
you're right, because they're still doing their thing.
Number one out there.
Right.
When it comes to you want to know anything Toronto Rappers is where you're going. And at that time, I said, till years later, and I seen the vision, I had to shake his hand. Hard, you know.
Right.
I said, boss, you got me. I did not see this one coming at all.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's amazing. Big up those guys.
And again, we're in a really good place, man, and it's just going to get better, man. Yeah. It's just going to, and everybody's competing, and it's sounding good.
Yeah.
It's sounding real good. I'm hearing certain guys is managing certain guys now, and they're in pocket with other big artists. So
the city is hot.
Yeah, it's on fire.
The city, I've never, ever seen the city like this, and I always wanted to see it like this, but I never knew if it would really materialize. Because as I told somebody, it would be impossible to say we have a big country like this and nobody has talent. That wouldn't make sense.
Right.
Somebody has to be talented.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And it's a lot of talent that we haven't even heard of yet. That in time we'll hear about them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But when you really look around, some of these guys that's not even signed, they're getting like 3.5 million views on YouTube.
Yeah.
A guy named K Money.
K Money.
Yeah.
My boy is actually, I'm not going to say too much because they said they didn't want to, but my boy is managing him right now.
Yeah. They have something at Luxy this coming Friday.
K Money, come outside.
Yeah, exactly.
Come outside.
When you look up, when you're done, look up the video. That video has 3.5 million views.
I seen it.
Toronto, bro.
Yeah, I seen it.
Toronto rock.
Yeah.
Toronto.
There's another cat named Killy.
Yes, Killy.
You know what I'm saying?
He's crazy right
Killy.
now.
Shout out to Killy. Yeah. Shout out to K Money. Shout out to Presser. Shout out to everybody doing their thing, man.
There's so much of them right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? LB Spiffy. There's so many of them right now, and it's amazing to see what they're doing. Even if you go outside of hip-hop, you're looking at people like Daniel Caesar. As you said, the divisions, the 6 is on fire.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
A lot more people, they're going to come, man.
Yeah.
So, I'm actually glad that you actually shedding light on this because now you make a me think.
Yeah.
Get in where you fit in and get in now,
There's positions for everybody in this thing. As I said, when it comes to a video director that has a name that I've seen, Zach Fax, 100%, my money's on Zach.
Right.
His production is crazy.
Right. I'm glad you just said that. Maybe I'm gonna hit him up and make him do my next project. You know what I'm saying?
So what else could we expect from rock in this 2018, 2019, 2020 world that we're living in right now? What direction is Rockstar going in right now? And
again, you can call me Rockstar. Again, man, I appreciate it. You even asking me, and I don't want to lie. I don't have to give you no false. I told you. Mm-hmm. I'm doing everything and nothing at the same time, man.
Yeah.
Meaning, entrepreneurial, man. Yeah. More properties. Mm-hmm. The entertainment thing for me is keeping my brand alive.
100%.
And, you don't have to be a brain scientist. Some people get it, some people don't. Mm-hmm. But in doing music, I'm now in your ear. Mm-hmm. In doing visuals, now you can see me.
Exactly.
And in seeing me, you see what I'm doing.
100.
I'll challenge you. Go online and take a look at any of my videos, and you see that I'm marketing 4 or 5 things in every video that I've done.
Yeah.
So I use the visuals as a commercial to everything else.
That's what it's the gateway drug.
Definitely.
To where you're going.
Definitely.
You know
so
what I mean?
2018, you are going to hear some more music from me. Mm-hmm. I'm going to have a couple videos. I have songs in my head. It's just for me to go and, my busy schedule and go and record and then to get it mixed and mastered and you know what I mean? But I'm enjoying being in the background right now, just watching, to be honest.
You know where you need to be right now? And I told you this on the phone.
You know me, so when you tell me this, I'm going to listen.
Tell you this on the air. You need a podcast, Rock. Rock, you need a podcast. With your energy, your contacts, your know-how, and what you bring to the city, you need a podcast, brother.
All right. And I'll tell you this. I'm being honest. I've been thinking about that for 5 years. I just haven't done it yet.
No, we're in a time where stuff are moving so quickly
that
you just got to do it. I remember when Nori came up with Drink Champs, probably about 2 years ago. At first, it was okay. I didn't really get it. But you see, now,
Drink Champs.
Fire.
Yeah, one of the top
you know what I mean?
Podcasts
of
out there.
Of course. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Charlemagne, they have their stuff. It's like, if there's somebody that has that believable voice, it would be Rock the House.
Oh, man,
you
I appreciate that, man.
Of course, 100%.
Right.
So that's something that you need to stop considering and start doing.
It's a done deal. God's willing. It's a done deal. I just haven't physically stopped running the road. And, you know, I love running the road. I love it. You know what I'm saying? So you get my point. I'm leaving one love. And I know when I started, I know I'm going to enjoy it, and I know I'm going to go hard. I already know that. So it's a done deal. A matter of fact, I'm going to call. Do me a favor.
Okay.
And we're going to do, I don't know if you have much time. Oh, damn, it stopped already, eh?
Yeah. Or it's battery's done. Don't worry. We're doing audio.
Okay, good. I'll call a guy right now. I want you to call him, and this is a good guy to do. Put him on speakerphone.
Okay.
And let's do it right now.
Okay.
This is just as a fun thing. Watch this.
Okay.
Call this number. Let me get his number.
Yeah.
And he don't even know that we're doing this.
You know what? Don't say the number live. I'm going to give you my phone, and you're going to call it from my phone.
All right.
Okay? Because we don't want nobody strange calling up people. So you never know where this podcast goes. You know what I mean?
The top one.
Top one. Okay.
647. And put it on speakerphone. And this is content, and this is, you know, this is for jokes.
Yeah.
Watch this. Watch this.
All right. All right. This is live. We're doing this live. All right.
If you don't know your number, you mightn't pick up, but, you know, he'll pick up.
All right. This is live on our podcast. Never done before. Yo.
So you know him.
Fine. What's good, bruh?
How you doing, man?
I'm good. So let me just tell you what's good right now. Right now, I'm in the middle of a podcast with Rock the House, okay? We're live right now on the air, okay?
Nice.
Rock, talk to Vine. Tell me what's up.
Yes, G-Vine.
Yes, Rock. Yes, my brother.
Again, we got you live. This has never been done before, right?
Oh, my God.
So we got you live on air right now. By the way, this is an experiment, and I was like, you know what? Call G-Vine right now, put it on speakerphone. And look, this is not set up. This was not none of that. This is live in living color. G-Vine.
All right, brother. Let's do that.
I'm going to ask you a question. Be honest. How long we been talking about me starting my own show?
I think me and you've been talking about that over 10 years.
Okay, I think you're over exaggerating a little bit, but we've been talking about this for
Yeah, man, long time, man. I mean, I'm talking about from when Big Miami and you was in the front.
Right.
Before you moved to where you at now. Remember when you were at the front?
Right.
Where the restaurant is?
Right. But watch this though. Live on air. Tell Muscle what you've been telling me. Tell him what you've been telling me and what we've been talking about.
Doing a Rock the House show and mix it with food, music, and entertainment.
All right. So now I'm putting you on the spot. When are we starting the show, buddy?
When?
Yeah.
As long as I'll be on the production, but we need somebody who's going to write it and, you know.
So again,
that, right?
when are we starting?
If we have somebody to write it, then production is no problem. We can do it here weekly, nightly.
Yeah.
That's not a problem.
Anyway.
Dress up the set.
Yo, again, watch this. This is just an experiment. I'm glad you picked up the phone. I didn't realize you guys knew each other, so that's funny, right?
Russ. Yeah,
so now I'm going to say this right now. 2018, before the year is done, God's willing, we're starting the show. Whatever it takes, it doesn't matter.
You heard it here.
Whatever it takes, man. I'm 100% behind you, Rock. You know I love you to death, bro.
All right,
I want to
then.
see you do it.
All right, then. So it's a done deal.
You know that, man.
All right.
We need somebody like you in the city to rise up, and you know I got your back, man.
So
and
muscle.
got your back too, and there's so much people got your back. So you know?
So now watch this. The reason why we're calling you is Muscle said the same thing. He goes, yo, Rock, I'm telling you where you need to be. And he's telling me this in a live interview. He goes, Rock, a man with your energy and blah, 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 you need your own podcast. And that's why I thought of you when I said, let's call G-Vine live on air right now.
It's amazing.
I called it a long time ago, brother.
Yeah. A long time ago. So, when we do it, I'm going to go hard though, right?
Hell fucking yeah. I want you to go hard.
So now we in what? January, February, March, April, May.
Hey, listen, Rock.
Go ahead.
We got some good connects in Cali. That's all I got to tell you, bro. Going on right now.
Yo, come on, man. We don't care about that. We got it in Cali, New York, Miami, Toronto, Trinidad, Jamaica. It don't matter. Worldwide, China, Japan, Dubai. So that being said, listen, before summer, look.
You take the show on the road, right?
Done deal. Before the summer is out, I think we're going to start in June.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to look
up the studio, man. Set up the studio, dress it up, and shoot it.
Said, I'm going to hang up the phone on you right now. G, I have you on live, so this is documented. Before June, we are going to launch the Rock the House show, whatever, G-Vines, whatever, and family, foods, friends, music, whatever. It's happening. God's willing.
Yeah, man.
All right, said.
Perfect.
Where you at, the studio?
Muscle, we link up.
All right, family. Respect.
Yo, where are you right now?
I'm at the studio.
How long you there for?
I'll be here.
All right, said.
Respect, boss. All right.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
No, it's all right.
Cut him off by accident. But yeah, that's never before. Rock, now you're committed right now.
Oh, I've been committed again.
You know what I mean?
Again, I'll be honest, man. Like we actually started buying material because we're gonna set up a studio within the studio.
Yeah.
And it's not, but it's already been in the works.
Yeah.
It's already been in the works. So
no, your personality, energy, vibe, definitely.
And then I'm gonna have you on it. I'm gonna have you on it. We're gonna try to piggyback / whatever. If I could do anything to get your stuff even bigger, even all of this, I appreciate it. I think people. You already been doing this.
Yeah.
More people's gonna hear about it, and before you know it, Catapult is gonna be huge.
Yeah. But that's what it's creating. It's creating the platform. As you said, you started off with 10 cassettes, and you thought you were somebody,
right?
Until your dad said, "Yo, buddy, 10, buddy, this is what you want." It's like, and I don't think he tried to crush your dreams. He said,
definitely,
not 10. Why not 10,000?
Right. You're wasting your time. What are you doing? He thought it was a little thing I was just doing anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't take it that way, but I'm just saying I'll never forget that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he saw the growth.
Yeah.
He's seen I'm flying now. Again, they stopped giving me money from a kid. I was independent, doing my own thing, making my own money. I told you I never worked for nobody. So as a father watching his son, you gotta respect it.
Of course. 100%.
I got old school parents. So they wouldn't tell you.
Yeah.
But, you know what I'm saying? They don't tell you.
When they're talking amongst their friends,
Thank you very much. Because I hear from my uncles and, your father tell me you're doing big things and da-da-da-da. It's funny.
Yeah.
You just nailed it.
Of course.
You just nailed
it.
it. So I know they proud of me, man, and they rooting for me and, you know what I'm saying? And they're well taken care of, and that's what it is, man. So 2018 again, more music, production. That guy we just called there, a lot of works. Like
of course.
They have a production house.
Ever.
They have a production house. You should talk to him.
Okay.
They just did a movie where they did the full scoring for the movie. They get into the movie business.
Yeah.
And there's a couple artists that cause collectively, he's part of my team, that we're working on.
Okay.
We're supposed to go to Jamaica in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Where we're shooting a video for Fire Lion.
Yeah.
Don Scalacci, obviously, Puppet, a.k.a. Puppet.
Yeah.
He's involved. And then there's a lot of guys in L.A. showing interest. And there's so much connections and so much tying the dots.
Yeah.
But that's where it is. More property, hopefully, God's willing, and just more business, man. That's it. More business, more hustle, more movement.
The only way that you could do it. You know what I mean?
That's what's up.
Because the streets definitely, entertainment-wise, it's time for you to take your slice for what you built. I don't know if you seen it or you know or you recognize it. A lot of these stuff are happening off of the strength of Rock the House.
Right.
You know what I mean? When they said Canada, remember, they weren't saying the 6 or T-Dot.
Right.
They're saying Canada. So to them, it was from Edmonton to Nova Scotia and
Yo,
everything.
Canada, what up, Canada? Yo, Canada. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I didn't even look at it that way, but
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, Toronto, Canada. Yo, Canada. They forgot the Toronto. Yo, Canada.
Yeah.
That was my nickname. Yeah,
Toronto doesn't mean any. At that time in particular, Toronto didn't mean anything to them.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was a strictly Canada. It's a new market. It's, hey, to them, there's 5 people that live up there. We're Eskimos. We live in a snow hut or whatever.
Ignorant. Yeah, you're right.
But then now it's like everybody wants a piece of the action.
Yep.
And as you said, I think we're just at the beginning to see this is just the tip of what's really going to happen right now.
Right.
Especially with the Spotify's now and all of these things where you're not 100% tied to a label. You could go on SoundCloud and that's where you're popping off. Tekashi 6ix9ine, Lil Pump, and these guys. These guys are SoundCloud rappers.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's where everything is popping off. So now it's time for Rock the Host to really say, yo, you know what? Let me take what's mine right now.
All right. I appreciate that, man. And the fact that you even said that to me, I appreciate it. Trust me.
No, I'm definitely
and maybe that's what I was supposed to get out of this. Yeah. I was supposed to get not only the marketing and you building and I'm building, but to hear that message that you just told me, because this is something been in the making. Yeah. So now I have to buckle down and, like, according to you, get it started. Stop thinking and just do it.
There's no time to think. I was just the funny thing with it. This is probably podcast number 11
or 12. I thought you were going to say 10.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
11 or 12. Just started it in January.
Right.
I went back and listened to the first episode.
January and went March.
Yeah.
That's big.
And I mean, and I listened to it was me and White Boy. And just I could hear even the editing, certain things I said and did.
And you've seen the transition and you've seen the growth.
100%.
You've seen the growth. Shout out to White Boy too, by the way.
Of course.
But you see the growth, and like anything that you do, if you keep doing it, you have no choice but to get better. In anything.
Exactly.
In anything.
Even if it's 1% better daily,
right?
By 100 days past, you're 100% better.
And before I forget, this is what I'm going to say too. It doesn't matter what we decide to do. Whatever you do, give it your 100. And I like to draw reference to, for example, if you're a janitor, and that's what you do, be the best janitor, and you don't know who's looking. You don't know what could come out of that. Somebody needs a contract, and they happen to walk by and see how passionate you are, and before you do it, before you know it, you're getting a huge contract for 10 buildings, and that's how life really is. Because whatever you do, go hard.
Be the best.
And let's not focus on the money. Focus on whatever you're doing. Focus on your craft. Focus on perfecting whatever you're doing. The money will chase you. And it took me a while to figure that out. And that's what we're dealing with. It's quality over quantity.
100% agree.
Quality over quantity. You've been around.
We have been around.
Okay. I don't want to, we've been around. And to see the different transitions that I'm talking about you now. It's inspiring, to be honest. And you being,
maximum respect,
you know what I'm saying? The wave, and you're always in the wave, ahead of the wave. And that's inspiring, even to a cat like me. And I like to see myself as a person that's world renowned, and I'm out there and I know what's popping. I know what's popping.
Of course.
But to see you doing it.
You
have to pat yourself on the back, and you can't take that for granted. It's big.
No, for sure. Because I tell people that, listen.
Even this is big.
100%.
All right, and I mean, I'm not trying to mama guy you.
No.
It's big.
No,
down to the tickets, down to the outlets. I was looking around. It's official. It's big. And then there are going to be a lot of dudes. You're going to open the door for a lot of other dudes. So that being said, I appreciate it, man. Real talk.
Rock, you're the boss.
No, you're the boss.
Rock, you're the host. Boss. It was amazing. Any other words you want to leave them with before we get out of here? Because Rock, your storytelling abilities are amazing.
My
storytelling abilities.
Yeah. We can stay here for hours. Real talk. I got stories for days, man. But again, I think I said it all, man. Don't wait on nobody. There's always a way. Try to figure it out. I do a lot of thinking. Again, I'm a creative dude. When I'm driving, I drive a lot, and I'm always thinking. Sometimes I got to start writing stuff down. And I have to say this because I was going to do a video on it. I find there's a lot of people that, I don't want to call them sore losers. They make up a lot of excuses as to why they haven't accomplished. For example, if you know you have a job interview, do whatever it takes to get there. If you know you want to go somewhere, don't wait for somebody to come pick you up.
Carry you there.
Even if you have to walk, take the TTC, you have to take a Uber, take a taxi, figure it out. Too many people are waiting for other people to hold their hands, to babysit them, for them to accomplish. And that needs to stop. And that's it, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, keep God first. And, man, try to love what you do, bro. Mm-hmm. Whatever you do, just love it.
That makes sense.
Spread love.
Let me get you. This is going to be, this round here, I call the rapid facts. I just spit out some quick facts, and you answer them quickly. All right? Then we'll get you out of here. All right? What's the wallpaper on your phone right now?
The wallpaper on my phone right now is nothing. It's actually whatever the phone comes with. I actually just got this phone. I go through phones all the time. I'm not into that type of stuff.
That's not really your thing.
Not my thing. And if I was to put up a wallpaper, it would be probably my sons.
Yeah.
My kids.
Yeah.
That's it.
Makes sense. What was the last thing you Googled?
The last thing I Googled was probably something to do with cryptocurrencies.
Okay.
I know the bubble burst and it went down and now it's coming back up.
Yeah.
So I try to, I'm always looking at different things. So anything to do with Bitcoin, maybe like a day or two ago.
Yeah, you see, with even crypto, it's going to be, even if Bitcoin isn't the one to go there, cryptocurrency is here to stay.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
It's
only going to get bigger. There's a lot different ones, and a lot of them have to come and die off for the core to actually, you know what I'm saying?
That's the real deal. You get it. Yeah. If you're in that realm of things, you definitely.
And 1 second. Yo, I'm doing an interview right now. Let me call you right back as soon as I'm done. I'll call you back. And I'm lying. I also Googled yesterday because I wanted to take my son somewhere. Activities for youth. Yeah. Because, March break just finished.
Of course.
Boom. That was the last thing I Googled.
That was the last thing. Okay, food-wise, do you prefer ackee and sawfish or callaloo and sawfish?
Ackee and sawfish.
That's your thing.
And I have to say this. I started eating ackee late in life, maybe 2 years ago for the first time I ever had ackee.
Okay.
And I love it.
Yeah. Any reason why or just
it just wasn't, it just didn't appeal to me. Ackee and sawfish. And then I heard stories about if you don't cook it right, you get poison and this and that. I just, I finally tasted it about 2 years ago. Yeah. Love it.
From there, you're good.
Love it.
Okay, let's go into some hip-hop legends. Jay-Z or Nas?
That's a good question, man.
Yeah.
I can't. I like them both equally.
Yeah.
Jay-Z, to me, more successful. I admire, you know what I mean? That's just me. So I'm going to lean on Jay-Z.
Yeah.
But both of them as creatives.
And fair enough.
Artists.
I could definitely respect that answer there. Okay. Who was the last person you called or text?
The last person I called or text? Damn. This girl named Tanya that's looking for some product, and I had to call Sanj to make things happen. Last person.
Big
or
Sanj.
I text you to tell you I just pulled up. That's just me being honest.
That catches a lot of people still. That's what they usually say.
And by the way, I was here early too, by the way, just to let you know.
No, definitely. You're the second. No, you know what? You're probably the third person that was actually here on time or even before scheduled time.
Okay, good.
And I rate that 100%. You know what I mean? Where was the last place you went on vacation?
Last place, Trinidad and Tobago.
You were down for Carnival?
I was there. I'm there every year.
How was Carnival this year?
Again, because I do it so much.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a love-hate because I tell myself I'm done with this. Yo, I'm done with this. Yo, man, I'm done with this.
Yeah.
And I've been doing it over 20 years strong.
Yeah.
I feel like if I don't go, I'm missing out.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, because it's winter here, I do it I'm not even into soca like that. To be no disrespect to the soca lovers. I love soca,
of course.
but I'm not a soca head. And you know what I'm saying? I love soca. That's my background. I'm Trini. But I go every year, and before that I was in Dominican Republic like 2 weeks before that, and before that I was in Jamaica. Okay. And this is the year where I will need to travel and go see different places, man.
For sure.
Dubai and Barcelona and different places on my
hit list to go see what's going on there.
Definitely.
You definitely get it. Okay. If you weren't doing what you do now, what would your hobby be?
What would my hobby be? Wow, that's a good question, man. What do I enjoy doing?
Yeah.
Damn, I enjoy doing so many different things, man. Yeah. Just like you, this is going to sound stupid.
Yeah.
I enjoy net surfing, man. That's what I do with my free time, man.
If that's what you like, because you learn so much. That's
what,
how
you wanted a sport or you wanted
okay, let me even flip that around. Okay, instead of hobby. When you were growing up, what did you want to be when you were growing up?
I thought I was going to be a pilot.
Yeah.
As a kid growing up, I don't know. That was a prestigious job to me.
Yeah, being a
I
pilot.
wasn't good in math, though, but being a pilot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I can live with that.
But I'm one of them guys, man. I'm kind of crazy. I like strip clubs. I like, you know what I mean? I love, and not even because of the girls.
Yeah.
Never gotten a lap dance is what it's called in my
Okay.
life. And I've been to strip clubs all over the world.
Okay.
The vibe.
Yeah, the energy.
Yeah. My latest thing now is I'm giving them to marketing. Niagara Falls Strip Club, one of them strip clubs out there. I went there and it's popping.
Yeah.
The vibe, they're playing hip hop, the
Okay.
girls, you know what I'm saying? And casino, I go to the casino.
Yeah. That seems like me knowing rock. That seems like a rock thing.
Yeah,
Because again,
definitely.
it's your energy. You're about energy. You know what I mean? So definitely okay. What's the last song they're playing in your car? When you turned off the engine, what was that song you were listening to?
Listening to the, what's his name? Lucci, Lucci.
YNL?
YL something.
Yeah, I think it's YNL.
YNL or something.
He's coming up here in May, I think it is.
Yeah. So yeah, that's bumping in my whip right now. Before that was the Black Panther soundtrack.
Yeah.
And then before that, the Tory Lanez.
How was the Black Panther soundtrack?
I took it in maybe twice. I got to take it in some more, but it's different.
Okay.
I don't like the fact that, my opinion, I don't like the fact that they got to, what's his name, Kendrick Lamar and his team to executive produce and do the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
So it has yeah. So it's different though. It's good. It's good.
And the Tory, how was the Tory?
The Tory Lanez, in my opinion, is bumping.
It's bumping.
It's bumping, yeah.
And for you being such a connoisseur of the industry, for you to say that, I definitely know it has to be bumping.
It's bumping. Production-wise, it's bumping. He gives you that R&B feel. He's giving you the raps. I mean, I'm not dissing. He does similarities. Drake, you can hear a little Drake in there, which is not a diss or nothing like that.
No.
But it's fire. Real talk. It's fire.
It's fire.
Yeah, it's
Big up
fire.
Tory Lanez. We've seen him working from time. And the funny thing with it, you know that Sonny Diamonds was originally working with Tory Lanez.
I know
from
that.
back in the day.
I actually was working with Sonny when Tory Lanez, I'm coming in and Tory Lanez is leaving, or he's still there with his guys. And yeah, so that's true. That's facts.
Yeah.
True.
Crazy, man. The city. We got to love the city.
Definitely.
All right. One word you say too much.
One word I say too much.
Yeah.
That I say too much.
Yeah.
Yo, don't take this the wrong way.
Right.
It's not a one word.
A sentence or something that you say too much.
Yo, don't take this the wrong way.
Not at all.
Don't take this the wrong way. Other than that, because I don't want to offend. I think sometimes people take things, you know what I'm saying? And I have a couple people, they hate when I say that. And if you do see this, you know who you are. Yo, man, don't take this the wrong way. But yo, don't take this the wrong way. A lot of sensitive people out there, you know?
It's different out there right now, you know what I mean? Are you a early bird or a night owl?
Oh, man, I come alive. Like right now, I'm about to start my day.
Yeah.
What time is it right now? 10 p.m.
Yeah. You're definitely a night owl.
Night owl.
Yeah. You'll be up all night until the early morning, sleep all day, and do it all over.
Not all day, but around 12, 1, 2,
Yeah.
I kind of start,
get up and start seeing what's going on. But the real vibrant is when nighttime is your thing.
Yeah.
All right. One last thing. Instagram or Facebook when it comes to social media?
Say that again?
Instagram or Facebook when it comes to social media? Which one do you prefer?
Instagram or social media, but I'm thinking
Instagram or Facebook when it comes to social media?
I think Instagram.
Instagram is
But
your
then,
thing.
Facebook is more, I think, because, there's articles and whatnot. But you're talking about what I like to use?
Yes. Which one do you prefer as your platform of choice right now?
I
today?
think Instagram.
Is your
Instagram.
All
and I'm not on it heavy, but still Instagram. But everything is on your phone, right?
Yeah.
Facebook, I barely,
I've never really known you to be a Facebooky type of person.
This is going to sound crazy. I'm not a social media type of person, period. I do it just to keep abreast and to keep in the wave. But I don't like it, man.
Not real.
I never really liked
and
it.
And to tell you the truth, that's surprising coming again from somebody like you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Social media is almost like a gift for somebody like you.
True, but it's just
mean?
sometimes it becomes too much.
Yeah.
It's too much.
Yeah.
Back in the day was, what was it? It never ends. And now it's Instagram. Before it used to be Twitter.
Yeah.
And then before that it was something else. And then that.
Snapchat.
And then there's no Snapchat. And it's just like, damn, it's too much.
It doesn't end.
I'll be honest though, I think social media made the world a little bit weird, man, to me. And I don't like it. The weirdness that you have to embrace it.
Yeah.
But imagine now you're clubbing.
Yeah.
And while you're there clubbing, you have to.
Yeah. That I can't lie. That looks always, to me, seeing somebody on Instagram after you see the picture and everything, it's cool. But seeing them do it live is always funny to me. To see somebody in a club and have the phone up and then looking around and stuff, it always looks so funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you definitely get it. So you think that social media is definitely, would you say ruined, helped, or it just did something different to the game?
Nah, definitely helped.
Yeah.
I mean, especially if you use it for that tool, it helped, and it's a tool, and it's free.
Yeah.
I just think a lot of people are fronting, man. They utilize the social media to pretend to be something that they're not.
Yeah.
Before, and again, I don't want to sound like one of those guys that is not in the wave or whatnot, but before, when you're a big man, there was a few big men, and people knew that you're the big man.
Of course.
Right now, there's a lot of people using social media to look like a big man. Yeah. Everybody got it. Everybody, and to me, it kind of watered down, and you got to cipher through. It's a lot of bullshit.
There's a lot of noise. A lot of noise.
It's kind of like even the models. When you see the models in person, it's like, whoa, it's filters, and it's a lot of fake, but it's a blessing, and it's a tool, and it's a platform, man, that should be utilized, definitely. And even me, I'm trying to get involved a little bit more. I'm just busy doing other things.
I hear you, because I'll even give you one story before we get out of here that you put out on social media that was inspiring and it was artistic. You remember the video you put out where I think you started with $1?
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
So you've seen that?
Of course I seen it. I said, that video was crazy. I liked it.
Funny enough, it was thousands of videos.
Yeah.
It was that was probably the most viewed video that I did on Instagram. Which it was a money thing or
break it down and tell the audience about that video there.
I'll be honest, I was just playing around. Man, to be honest with you, because I think I was counting, and then I had some toonies, and then I had.
This podcast is brought to you by www.twolinesmusichut.com.